Now who gonna clean this up?
Exactly.
Oh, we got some bad news to tell y'all about the burning in the back. It's terrible. When you get a chance to watch the video, you'll see what we're talking about. My daughter tried to get in contact with the forest people and tell them how bad the situation was, and I had a feeling that they totally ignored her, you know?
Yeah, they pretty much blew me off. They kind of like, when I said it's not just smoke, but it's flames by my fence. The guy that answered the phone, he just brushed it off. I thought that they would at least try to send somebody out here. Even though my land is vacant, there's a lot of families around here. I don't technically have structures on my property, but there's a lot of houses that could easily be affected. There's one thing to call the fire department for structure fires, but it was a wildfire in the forest, and their lack of response was very unprofessional and negligent, in my opinion. So not only did I try to call her, I spoke to her supervisor about it, but it was after the fact. I mean, the damage is already done, but I tried to call around too, because it needs to be investigated for arson.
How many times did you call them?
I called them in the past couple of days at least 4 or 5 times. Kept getting all these different numbers. I even called the fire department to make sure I could get a report for the fire. I do have a report number from the sheriff that I'll collect a report from that soon. But I need a fire department's report. And I also contacted the fire department in order for them to investigate it. And they said they would have to submit something on a state level. So when I felt like I got the runaround with that, I called back to the Georgia Forestry Commission to see how I could report on their end. Also, they told me and gave me a number to EPD, Environmental Protection. Call Environmental Protection. They said they don't do any kind of investigation on that level. And so then they gave me the number. Actually, they just basically said they couldn't help. So I went online to look up how to report a possible arson in Georgia and got the telephone number, and it took me right back to the Georgia Forestry Commission. Called them. They gave me the number to OCI. I haven't figured out what OCI is yet. And then they gave me the number to a fire marshal. I already left a message with everyone. So I'm at the point where, this is kind of ridiculous. I feel like we're not getting the assistance that we need with this issue. Already starting out the gate, like immediately, they're all just kind of like, making us go in all these different directions.
Well, they came on the property. I don't know, you consider that trespassing, in a case of emergency like that, the situation just happened. They made a fire break, and they pulled up a whole lot of trees back there. And I hope they don't think that we're going to pay for it, It's totally messed up back there.
And you saw on the other videos how beautiful the nature trail was, and what we were trying to do can build a food forest plus an enchanted forest. And we were working on that, and they completely just messed up our project. And with no regard for anybody's property or animals. I mean, it was a bunch of stray dogs just running around trying to figure things out. The deer were running around. So I'm kind of like, it just was really, if it wasn't intentional, if it wasn't, hypothetically, it's just kind of like, we got a dispute with the fence from multiple people. They don't like the fact that we didn't ask them permission to put up a fence. And then the other side is kind of encroaching. It's no kind of, but they're encroaching on our property, right? And so we sent a letter from the sheriff's department, to get the person finally served. And then also, because we're constantly getting dogs from that side of the property, the day before the fire, I was already in correspondence with animal control, because you've seen all the videos. There's a lot, it's like a pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it out here, of just loose stray dogs. I've never seen anything like this before. And it should not be accepted because people can get hurt behind that. Not just the animals, but you have to think about children. You have to think about the elderly. When dogs are roaming in packs, they always have the capability of attacking people, especially if they're vulnerable. So I did, of course, talk to animal control about the ongoing issues that I'm having. I already contacted the fence guy because he was supposed to be back there. We have an appointment to set up the fence in the back. But luckily, our new fence in the direct back that was going to go about 12 inches up against their fence, luckily we haven't installed it yet because you see what they did back there? Just tore up everything.
And the problem with the trench, they done dug I guess they call it a fire break, but it's so deep in the ground. Now it's a whole lot of work. It's a whole lot of unnecessary work, If they would have in my opinion, if they would have did the proper thing when
Safety
they got
precautions at the beginning.
Yeah, put safety first and put a fire break around the burning that they had.
Why not burn from the center?
Well, they
did it along the fence line. If you saw in a previous video, the fire was all along the fence line.
Yeah, but they didn't, on that end right there, they didn't put a fire break.
No, it wasn't no fire break.
You know what I'm saying? If they would have we went back there, I told them, let's go back there, because let's get away from here because the fire was getting out of control.
Yeah, I got in my lungs.
They did not, it was in my eyes. And they did not have a fire break then, And don't forget, when we first noticed it, we smelled something. Remember that we smelled, that smell?
It smelled like a chemical smell, to be honest with you.
And then after that, we seen a whole lot of smoke within the trees.
They were crackling. You can hear it on the video. It was bad.
The smoke got real, real bad. Then we started seeing flames. And we thought that, we walked back there, we thought that they really had it under control. But guess what? They didn't.
And for us to see that, okay, it's getting ready to come on the property. Dad was adamant about that. And that's why I started calling around. I called the police. I called the first people I called was the Georgia Forestry Commission. And their lack of response is just, to me, appalling to me.
Well, I thought that they had a network. At the forestry,
I thought they communicate with the fire department, but we're finding out that it's no real communication. That a lot of what seems to me that people just want to sit inside the office, and there's no response, for things like this. So to me, somebody got away with it. It could have been stopped. This is, in my opinion, because what I've experienced in communication with different people, this could have been prevented at the very beginning. Even if they were negligent, I called before the fire got into other people's properties. I called ahead of time, and I have proof of that. I recorded it. Because in this area, you better make sure you have your documentation together. Because people get away with things they shouldn't get away with.
It's terrible back there, and a whole lot of down trees. You gotta excuse me for looking down, but there's a whole lot of down trees. There's a whole lot of work to be done on that, And we had it in perfect shape for a natural trail walk for the young people, the old people, And we're trying to get everything.
Because this is agro-tourism. Yeah. We're trying to not just have our property to ourselves. We're trying to open it up to the community and have people enjoy it. A select group of people enjoy it. And, they kind of like mess that up. And I don't know how long it's going to take to recover after a burn like that.
Yeah, terrible. So we're taking the time to share with y'all what is happening on our property. We'll keep you updated. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Continue to watch our progress as we overcome the things that we're overcoming, the adversity, and like you've seen in the other videos. We thank you for praying for us. We thank you for sticking along with this journey. We thank you for the love and support. It's kind of like we don't have our own little community here yet. So your support within our online community means a lot because we don't feel like we're alone.
You know, when we first started out, people thought we just was kidding about what was going on out here. Now they see, now they see some of the things that we're going through. So
it's like that, I don't know, like that white underbelly type of stuff. We see people obviously on drugs and just kind of like really dysfunctional behavior. We did have officials tell us that this side of town was, I don't want to use the word poor, but economically challenged, and that the school system was not that great. So we went into purchasing this because we fell in love with it, knowing that there was some economic challenges in the area. But the whole stupidity thing, it's like really like real stupid, like mentally something's going on, like up in here with some people. It's like crazy. It's real dysfunctional behavior, and it's something that we're not used to seeing on this level. So I don't know what to think, but we're going to keep pressing on regardless because we're built for this.
Yeah, and y'all keep us in your prayers, okay? Y'all keep us in your prayers, and we're not going to give up.
We're not going to give up.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
Okay.
Just walked around where they did the fire break.
Oh, you can see where he pulled his tractor.
Yep.
Back here.
Yep. This is the tractors.
And they have yet to contact you?
Well, I had to make the phone call myself because nobody wanted to contact me to investigate.
No, I mean the owner of the property.
Nope. Drove by looking and didn't do nothing, didn't say anything. His helpers did this. I believe his helpers did it. The dude is like 78 years old.
I bet a developer came back here and did this.
Well, they were packing up. Had a truck packing up all their stuff.
After they done burn everything?
After they done burnt everything.
What did the fire people say?
That, it was probably a cigarette or a faulty catalytic converter. Yeah, that's what he told us.
So did you get the papers back for the investigation, from the investigation?
Not yet. I'm supposed to pick them up tomorrow, some of it, from the fire department.
But I mean, he should have known to put the fire break down because you could hear all these dry leaves rustling. They should have known that.
Yup. So we gotta walk this area twice real quick to show you what they did over there.
What did they do over there?
Every tree that's knocked down, something got to be done about it, right? Right?
Oh, that's when he pulled a thing in to put out the fire?
Mm-hmm.
They're so stupid. Well, I mean, come on. Even I'm not an experienced fire person, but I know you got to have a break. You got to make some separation because it's so dry.
Yep. They made a separation after the fact. You see, there was no separation before. They made a separation on their land after the fact. After my junk is all burnt up, burnt to a crisp, baby.
But that's from the tractor right there.
Yeah, after the fire.
Right.
Then they made brakes, but there was no brakes before the fire.
Wow. So they must have, when the fire department talked to him, they must have let him know you were supposed to have put a brake down.
The fire department was like, oh, well, they was trying to put fish in the pond back there, and, you know, cigarettes drop and catalytic converters.
What pond?
They have a pond back there.
He wasn't back there, was he?
Honey, I'm just telling you what the chief said to me.
He's a lie.
I'm just telling you what the chief said to me, baby.
Is this their fence?
Yep.
Well, he had to know he was coming on your property if he went through the fence.
Yeah, of course.
But he had to put it out because yours would have caught, the whole thing would have burnt down.
Yep. Yep, that's what they did, baby. Hold on, let me go up this way. We gotta walk real quick. Cause I didn't do any videos of this area.
He just hired somebody incompetent. And he's gonna be held responsible.
They set him up real good. All this good soil.
That's crazy.
My stuff is under conservation too.
Do you think that's gonna affect your conservation thing?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's right. What about your forestry thing?
Yep.
I hope it doesn't affect your forestry. He went deep, didn't he?
Yep. I told you.
You know, he went deep because he had to create a break
Yeah.
on your property.
Yep. So we can get to the neighbors.
Yeah. Now who's gonna clean this up?
Exactly. So that's one break. You smell it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting ready to go over.
You need to take a picture of it still smoldering.
Where?
That's not out.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, that's not out.
Don't mess with it.
It's not out.
What do you do other than?
The wood is burning. That's not out.
What do you do? Okay. My dad, like, my dad put them laws right there. You don't bring your behind back over here no more. Be careful.
He said that.
Stop putting them, my dad put them logs and tied them up in the witch closet. This is the second one. Second fire break.
So the fire department was on the other side of the fence?
Yeah. Not on my side, honey. This recently fell right here. Be careful. Lift your leg all the way up, Granny.
I don't know if I can lift my leg anymore, child.
You better hold on to a tree.
I don't know if I can lift my leg. Them some old legs.
Some old legs, Granny. So he came all the way back up in here.
Oh, wow. So he established a break on your side of the property.
But not on theirs.
Oh. That's the way you do it, though.
You know, if you're going to do it, that's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
You're going to establish a break. That's how you do it.
Girl, if the shoe had been on the other foot, it would have been so much outcry.
I know. Uh-oh, be careful.
He got crappy people to work for him. They were irresponsible. He just thought he could do a shortcut. I would take him and the company to court.
We have to take him to court, and he takes the company to court. That's the way that works, huh? We got to get an attorney, actually. We'll ask the attorney.
So you took a picture before he created another fire break?
Yeah. We were out here when it first started.
Oh, wow.
They came through here. You see the tracks?
Mm-hmm. He had one of those old shit moments.
You think that's what happened?
Mm-hmm. He could see that everything is dry. Did he really have a permit, or they just went in and put one in?
They said they had a permit. First they said, okay, Forestry Commission said they had a permit, but the chief of the fire department said it was just a cigarette or a faulty catalytic converter that did this. Like, we dumb as hell, you know? I'm sorry, excuse me, Mom. Like, we're stupid. All up in there, baby. How many acres you think this is?
Oh no, this is a lot.
About 5?
You have to get your thing that you can walk it with
Yeah.
and then measure it.
Oh, we need to go back this way. We didn't go back to where all the way around where the...
You did it with your cell phone the last time, right?
Yeah, I didn't know how bad it was before. I didn't see the second wraparound. I didn't discover it, the forestry people did. It's still warm back there too. Be careful.
Damn hole.
Be careful, Granny. Don't let them make you fall.
Not in a rabbit hole? Oh,
Don't let them make you fall, Granny. That's what they want you to do. They want you to fall. But you tell them no. Because God has the final say.
that was a lie.
God has the final say. We ain't just going to be out here just doing this.
We came this way.
Yeah, but I didn't get the full wraparound. This is the ending of the full fire break. Okay, that's it.
That's
They
crazy.
came down here too, though.
Huh?
They came down here too, though.
So since he burned it, how long would it take for your land to recoup? And who's
A year.
the mess?
A year. They came all the way down here, though.